So today we start with the concept of circular flow of income. So what do we mean by circular flow of income? Circular flow of income refers to the circulation of the entire money within domestic and national territories or boundaries. Okay, let us simply jump to what the varieties we have. Now circular flow of income, what we will see, it is a very interesting concept. If you just remember the concept, you will be able to draw diagram also and explain also. Fine, we will come to the equilibrium and everything portion later on. Circular flow of income, we have three varieties. We have two sector model, we have three sector model, and we have four sector model. Two sector, three sector and four sector. So what are these things? Giving you a very brief idea. According to the economists who proposed it, this is the Keynesian theory. So Keynes proposed that in a particular economy, if there is literally no other contact with the outside world, in the simplest economy, there will still be people who are ready to work for money and still be people who are doing business. So if we want to purchase anything, we have to purchase from a firm, from a particular company who is established, from a particular business, and people who are purchasing from business, they are working under some particular business. Either you are having your own business or you are working under somebody, correct? So you are either self-employed or employed under somebody. So we start directly segregating. So we first of all, we will start with the two sector model. So the first half, we will call it firms, and the second half, we will call it households. And we will see how this two sectors economy will start to grow into a four sector model. Okay, so let's start. So we have two major segregations in our economy. One is household and one is firm. I told you the household might either be self-employed or self-employed meaning they are doing business, or it might be that they are working under some other business in order to earn money, correct? What are the other options to generate money? Now we start to flow some income from firms to household, and we'll start to see how this entire circular income concept works. What were the four factors of production? In class 11, 12, BCom, CPT we have studied. What? Not CPT, foundation now. We have studied. What are the four factors of production? Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. We also write organization. Entrepreneur can be written as organization. Now people who are employed under somebody, labor, so they supply labor power to the firms, correct? I have given this arrow mark. So what can they supply in order to get money? They can supply labor power, this is employment. If not labor power, they might be having some land in order to receive rent, or they might give them some money that they have stagnant for capital, investment in firms, correct? And then they might be the owner of the company for which the owner is taking profit, entrepreneur or organization, correct? So what are the payments that the firm is making to these people? Let's see. For land, what did they get? Rent. For labor, wages. For capital, interest. For entrepreneur, profit. And if there is no profit, will be obviously loss, correct? So households are providing the four factors of production for which the firms are making them payment. So we see a flow here. flow of goods and services from household to firms, and then back from firms to household is the payments in form of rent, wages, interest and profit. Now we start the reverse cycle. What will the households do with this money? There is not one firm, there is not one household, there are multiple households, there are multiple firms producing different activities, different goods. So what will the firm supply to the household? Their goods and services, the goods and services they manufacture. So the firms are providing the households with goods and services, right? Households, they will have to pay for these goods and services. So we write payment for goods and services. I use G and S. Okay. So they are supplying 4 factors. For that they are getting 4 factor payments. Next, firms are supplying them with goods and services they have manufactured. For that they are paying. So if we leave out some money in this economy, this money will start to circulate. It will not be stagnant, always circulating from one particular point to another. This is known as circular flow of income in two-sector economy, where there is only one firm, or where there are firms and households. There are only 2 major divisions in the economy. Okay, this was easy. This is circular flow for two-sector economy. Now let's talk about 3-sector economy. So what will come in 3-sector? An important portion, an important new element. This is known as government. So the government comes in. Now what will the government do? Of course, starts taking taxes from firms, also from household, direct taxes, from firms indirect taxes, customs, whatever they feel like. Correct? They take payments for license fees also. From us they will take taxes and everything. Correct? What will the government provide to the firms? Very important concept of subsidies. We know what subsidies is. For a favorable product, if they are manufacturing, for every sale they provide them some benefit, some amount, so that the consumer is able to buy, they are also able to sell freely. So this is subsidy. So in terms of taxes, what will the government provide back? Subsidy. And what will the government give to the households back? It will be transfer payments. Transfer payment meaning old age pension, relief funds, correct? Funds collected and paid to family after death. All these things will be coming under transfer payments. What is the difference between productive payment and transfer payments? How do we segregate payment? Whenever we get paid, we are getting paid for work. If you are working for the payment, it is productive in nature. If you are not working, that means you suddenly death ho gaya. Now the government pays compensation to your family. That is transfer income. After retirement, you are not working but still getting paid under pension schemes because you worked under government company. That is also transfer payment. So this is 3-sector economy. Pretty easy. So government is collecting taxes from firms, license fees, whatever they want to. Also collecting taxes from household. What is it doing with the fund? Giving subsidy to firms so that harmony is maintained for the firm, and giving us transfer payment so that government employees are happy. Whatever is requirement in the economy, they are able to satisfy. Okay. So this was the 3-sector economy. So 1 firm, 2nd is household, 3rd is government. Now we start with the 4-sector economy. So 4-sector economy, till this point, till the 3-sector economy, everything was domestic in nature. Domestic meaning nothing crosses the boundary of our country. So there is no international transaction here. This firm is of our country, household domestic country, government domestic country. Is there any export, import, anything? Nothing. In 4-sector economy, Keynes suggested there should be international trade also. So we have a new sector which is called foreign sector. Many names, book differs, but still foreign sector works. So now our economy is no more domestic. Now foreign sector trades with both firms and household. Firm is trading with foreign sector. Always draw two lines from a particular component to another. If there is no reverse transaction, circular flow of income cannot be maintained. You are giving something, you are getting paid also. Clear? Now what do the firms have to provide to foreign sector? Exports. What will they get back? Payments for exports. Payments for exports. Correct? What will the households do with the foreign sector? Usually they only import. What will they export? So what they will do? Import. And what do they have to provide to foreign sector? Payments for import. So very easy. So now comes the four sector economy. So we have firm, government, household and foreign sector. Foreign sector, what does it do? Nothing to do with government, nothing to do with anybody. Although in real life situations are different. But in this model which is proposed, what we see, the firms are exporting, for that they are getting paid, circular flow end. Again, households are importing, for which they are making payment to foreign sector. Again, there is some balance in circular flow. So what we see, what is the key thing about here is, there is no one-sided transaction, there is no unilateral payment. Get it? There is no one-sided transaction. Whenever we are giving money to somebody, it is in return for something. So national income, if kept in a circular flow, only then it works. It cannot work in one-sided manner. If the government does not collect money, how will it pay? Correct? And if it is only collecting money, nobody will give the government. Everybody will try to evade. So in order to maintain harmony, in order to maintain balance in the economy, every particular action has to have a particular give and take relationship in national income. So in two sector economy without government, these two were maintaining peace. If government comes in, it has to take taxes, transfer some income there, make some subsidy payments here. And if foreign sector comes in, we are making international transactions, then in order to maintain every type of peace, war peace, trade peace, we have to give them payments. They have to give us payments. Clear? So this is how we achieve the four sector economy relative to beginning from two sector economy.